Hey TVC Kids, so glad to see you here for another Sunday. Have you had a good week? I sure hope you have. I've been praying for you hard. I know these new weeks are hard but good. You got your fruit smoothie? It always makes me feel a little bit better. All right, throw some greens in there too, help it out. All right, I got my fruit smoothie. I'm ready to go, but before we even start, I want you to get your parents, okay? So if they just went to get their second cup of coffee or fruit smoothie, have them come on back because I want to tell them something about these journals. All right, parents. So these journals say a journal for kids and parents to explore the fruit of the Spirit together. Listen to my words. This is not handwriting practice for your children, all right? So church is fun. Church is awesome. When we're together in the class, especially my dear little kindergartners in first grade, they're not handwriting all these things in here. So I wanted to let you know that because when I send these out, they're great keepsakes. They're fun to ask all the questions together, but do it as a family. If you need handwriting practice, I could give you lots of tips on doing it in shaving cream and sand and with whiteboards with rainbow color markers and even pudding, but this is not handwriting practice, so because that becomes really hard and not so fun for them. So if you have a 4th or 5th grade girl who loves to write in cursive, let them do it, but for the rest of them, do it together. Be their scribe. I love it when we get to the end of the year and my 5th graders are always like, can I go in Isabella's class and help be the scribe? And I'm like, absolutely. So with the kindergartners of 1st grade, 2nd grade especially, we get together and do these orally and then you could write them in. So just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page. The kids know that they can write things, the spelling never counts, that they could draw pictures of things if they don't have the words for it. So I just hope that you'll let them do it that way. And so I don't want any tears over handwriting because I've seen that in my own family. All right, now we're ready to talk about the fruit of the Spirit. Are you guys ready? All right, smoothies up. Let's do the hand motions. Did you guys practice them last week? All right, here we go. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, thankfulness, faithfulness. Miss Jamie messed up. Let's do it again. Here we go. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. All right, you got it? I really did mess up. I can't believe it after 17 years of teaching you guys this, but we've got it. All right, so here's something I learned from Pastor Jim last week. Do you guys listen to Pastor Jim when he's teaching? I do too, it's really fun. But he said that when we're talking about the Christian walk and being a Christian, it's not about our ability, but our availability. Did you guys hear that? Let me say it in our language, which might be another way of saying it. It's not about what we can do, but it's about what we will do. All right? So with the fruit of the Spirit, I want you guys to look at this and say, hey, what will I do? What am I willing to do? All right, because sometimes, do we all have the same talents? Absolutely not. Is anybody out there perfect? Obviously not me, right? All right, I make mistakes. I don't do everything right, but I'm willing to try. I'm willing to go out there. I am available to try to seek the Lord and be more like Him every single day. All right, so you guys, let's see what we're willing to do as we learn about the fruit of the Spirit. So you've got your journals, and we made it through the first intro pages, and we're on the last green page here. And on this page, it just says love. Now, the first time I did this little love test, Mr. Chris, my husband, was a youth and family pastor, and he brought this out. We did it with teenagers. But guess what? You guys are super smart. And I don't want to wait till you're teenagers to talk about this. I want you guys to start practicing learning how to love now. All right, are you with me? Okay, so let me read this verse. You guys, if you don't have the journal with you, just look in your Bibles to 1 Corinthians 13:2, and it says, this is what God says love is. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. Not any of those things. Love does not demand its own way. Love is not irritable. It keeps no records of wrongs when it has been wronged. It's never glad about injustice, but rejoices in the truth that wins out. Love never gives up. Love never loses faith. It's always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. Woo, That's a good long verse on love, right? So here's what we've done. We've taken in our little journal here, it's called the love test. Now some of you guys might have done this because we do it a lot at Valentine's Day, right? And so I have a little simpler, shorter version of it in the journal for you. But it says, love is patient. And then down here it says, I am patient now. And it says, you're just gonna put a little check mark. I'm always patient, mostly patient, sometimes patient, never patient. All right, and just go through those things. I am kind, always, mostly, sometimes, never. And mark which ones. And remember, this is for you. It kind of helps us know, what do I need to work on? Sometimes it says, I am jealous. You know a way to stop being jealous? Turn it around. I added this word into our fruit of the Spirit earlier. Turn it around to be thankful. It's really hard to be jealous when you're thankful, right? All right, here's another one. I am demanding. Do you demand all the attention from your mom and dad right now? Or are you helping and serving, right? All right. I lose faith. Oh, please, children, don't be losing faith. Hang tight, we got this. All right. I am hopeful. I hope everybody puts an always next to I am hopeful. It's hard sometimes. But that's our little love test. So go through that together as a family, compare notes. See who's the most hopeful, who thinks they're the most hopeful, or who's the most demanding, and say, I'm gonna work on that, mom and dad. All right, let's see what else we've got. So I've got 3 different verses for you for love, because love is a big subject, right? And so this next one is from Galatians, and you might have heard this one. It says, love your neighbor as yourself. Anybody have the new TVC t-shirt that says that? Right. All right, now loving our neighbor, I thought I would give you 3 different ways, okay? There's lots and lots and lots of ways, all right? But I knocked it down to 3 words that start with S. Are you ready? Serve someone. Actually, both words start with S. Serve someone, say something, and spend some time. So serve, say, and spend are our 3 words, all right? So how can we serve someone? There's 100 million different ways to serve someone, right? But here's what I want to share with you guys. Now, I tell you guys to serve a lot. I talk to you guys about, let's serve. I encourage you to serve. But I was reading in a devotional just the other day, and I thought, you know what, this is a really great way of going about it, because take a look, and which we did in the beginning of our journal, take a look at what are your gifts, what are the things God's put into you, what do you really like to do, and then maybe use that to serve. Don't try to say, I'm going to serve, you know, like I would be terrible at serving by doing math problems for somebody, okay? But I might be really good at serving by cooking for them. All right, so look at the things that you're good at and serve that way, because serving can be so much fun. All right, so take a little note, and when you get your journal, just write different ways you could serve down here. The second one is say something. And when I was a little girl, there was a saying that it said, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Kind of true still, but here's the deal. I think you guys are way better than that. Don't say anything wrong or rude, but just think of something you could say nice. Think of something you could say to encourage someone. It may be that they have a joyful smile. It may be that they're always kind. It may mean that they're the highest jumper, or the best water slider, or maybe that you like the same kind of popsicle that they like. All right, say something nice to someone. Make a list. Maybe you guys can make a list on the wall or in your journals and think about how many nice things you could say and really start thinking about them. All right, think deep about them. What is it about somebody that you really care about, and make them feel good. Say something nice, because you like to hear that, don't you? Yeah, me too. All right, and here's our last one on this page. It's spend some time. Now, here's what we have to do to spend time with others. We have to not be selfish, right? What if you want to play a game and your sister or brother wants to do another thing? Being less selfish and going towards what they do. Spend some time with them. Spend some time with your mom. We've been spending a lot of time during this little quarantine time talking about things when my kids were little, you know, and talking about relatives and things back in history when, you know, our kids were really little, because we're old, so we have a lot longer to talk about. But ask your mom and dad. Ask them about things when they were little girls and little boys, and ask them about your grandparents. So spend some time, but stop being selfish. Spend time doing what your other siblings or friends or family want to do. All right? Well, you are flying through this journal. I think we have one more. All right, and there's lots of pages you can fill them out and write them in there, draw pictures, whatever. Our last verse for love is Proverbs 17:17. A friend loves at all times. All right, all times. Guess what that means? It's easy to love certain people, right? But there's some people in everybody's life that are just hard to love. All right, so think about, how can I love the people that are even hard for me to love? All right, so let's look at our page. We're on page 13 and it says, draw a picture of a friend that you've shown love to. I bet that's super easy, isn't it? Just draw a picture and be thankful for that, right? And then this page 14 says, draw a picture of two friends that have shown love to you. Again, super easy and great time to be thankful. All right, but then start thinking about, who's a friend that's sometimes hard to love? It may be even somebody in your family that's hard to love for you. And start thinking about, how can I show them love? How can I step outside of myself and my own selfish interest? You know, loving other people just means stepping out of our own selfishness and reaching out to them. All right, love your neighbor this week, guys. I'm so excited that we have those t-shirts, and I'm so glad that we're gonna get some more, and I might get to see you again on another drive-through very, very soon. Watch your dates for that. I think they're already posted. But let's just spend some time this week. You know, what will I do to bloom and grow like we talked last week, and to love each other well? You got it? I know you do. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye.